I want to do something totally different on my YouTube channel today, and I want to bring in a guest expert. I know a lot about website design and how to make a website convert, but what happens when that conversion actually goes through? So let's talk about like when, for example, you get someone to land on your contact page, but then what happens? Do they fill out your contact form and now they're in your inbox and you're going back and forth of trying to figure out the ideal time? Or let's say you have a free resource you want to give them and you want to create a workflow to really cultivate that relationship. There is so much to that back end, and I am not an expert on it. Dolly is. So I'm going to let Dolly go into the systems and workflow, all of the things. So Dolly, first, will you just kind of introduce yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Dolly DeLong. I am a Nashville-based branding photographer, and I also am a systems and workflow educator for creatives. And I educate other creatives through my podcast, the Systems and Workflow Magic podcast. And most importantly, I am a wife and I am a boy mom, soon to be boy mom to 2 boys. So yeah, that is a little bit about me.
Awesome. So let's just go into lead magnets. And like, first, can you just give an intro into like what a lead magnet is?
Yeah, so a very simplified version of a definition of a lead magnet is anything that, if you've heard terms like opt-in, freebie, lead gen, those are different names for a lead magnet. And essentially what a lead magnet's purpose for is to lead people to your services, to your offers, to your products, and also a lead magnet should offer value to your new subscriber and give them a win to get them even more excited to continually funnel them down to your services. Hopefully that helps make sense.
Yeah. So kind of going into like the website thing of side of things, like what page would you put this lead magnet on?
Yeah, so I want to remind everyone that like marketing is like testing all the time. Like I would recommend if you are going to implement something new, try to implement 1 to maybe up to 2 new things every quarter. So every 90 days or 120 days, and just see what is going to work for your business. Because if you implement like 5 or 7 or 10,000 things at the same time, you may not know like what was the change maker. So anyways, I would recommend, well, this is what I do. I like to have calls to actions on specific web pages on my website. So for example, I am a branding photographer. So on my branding landing page, services page, I have a call to action at the very, very top of my website for a branding guide. That is my lead magnet. Also, I have a pop-up on that same page about how to plan your future branding session. So I have a pop-up on that, and then I have I don't know the official name, but it's like the top header above.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that gives clients, or potential clients, 2 ways to download that freebie. And then that subscribes them into a nurture sequence, about a consumption sequence with how to consume that free guide, and then eventually how to work with me. And then it leads them into my weekly newsletter.
Okay, perfect. So just gonna like interject right here. Another great place is use your footer for a couple different reasons. Your footer is generally the same thing on every single page. So this is assuming your website is, you have one business and your freebie will work across the board. But if you put it in the footer, try to use also some keywords in there. So if you are a systems and workflow, type of person, you work with entrepreneurs, maybe your keyword that you're using throughout your website is systems for small businesses. Using that keyword in somewhere in the free resource, pop like thing at the bottom is a great way to add that keyword on every single page. So you're showing, again, Google, oh, this person's an expert in this because they have this 5 times on their website or whatever it is. So take advantage of that footer as well as another place that you could put it.
I love that. That is really good advice. Another place that I share my freebies is I actually have a business tools page on my website, and it gives all of my free resources there, like that are relevant to my business. And I'm actually in full transparency. I'm in the process of like rebranding myself. The branding photographer is rebranding herself. And so I'm niching down even more and offering a few services. So I'm sure if you go to my website right now, like you'll be like, Dolly, really? Are you really doing this? But I am. I'm like slowly leading to this process of narrowing down even more, niching down even more, and offering less lead magnets, because this is something that I was going to share. I struggle with having too many lead
Me
magnets.
too. I
It,
need to do the same thing. I think I have 15 on my freebies page of
yeah,
lead magnets.
yes, me too. It's because I love lead magnet creation. It's just something that I know that's something so weird to say. Like, I'm so passionate about lead magnet creation. But the thing is, I get this idea and I'm like, oh, like this is offering free value to either a podcast listener or a potential photography client. I can whip one up. I can create a video. I can create a tutorial. I can create a quick win, add it to an email nurture sequence. I love doing things like that. And then adding that to my free resources on my website and then inserting it in like an ad on my podcast or the footer of my website. But I will admit, like, it's gotten a little too out of hand. So I am now at the point where I'm like trying to niche down and see which ones are the most valuable and relevant for my community. And boy, it's hard. So I would recommend, if you're brand new to lead magnets, starting off with one, maybe up to two, maybe three lead magnets, and make sure that they are in alignment with your services and your products. And they're valuable, of course, super valuable. And then you can repurpose them over and over and over again.
Yeah, you guys, Dolly is not lying right now. We were in a mastermind together, and our mastermind leader told her she could not create any more free resources. If she was going to create a resource, it had to be a paid offer, like a low paid offer, because she was delivering so many freebies and they were so high value. So it's one of those things where it's a really, really hard balance, because you want to deliver a quick win, but you also like, it's a free resource and you don't want to overwhelm them too much. So it is a really hard balance, but I do think there's a lot of value. And my copywriter, Kelsey Foremost, she has talked about this a lot. Like when you have all those freebies, like you're just going to overwhelm people, and they're going to end up like either getting all of them and just be super overwhelmed because now they're in all these workflows, or they like, it's really confusing who and what you do. And so I agree with Dolly. If you're starting out, creating one or two. And I think what's hard for the new business owner is a lot of people's businesses pivot. I started off with Instagram. So I have an Instagram calendar that is still on my website. That, you guys, this is for Instagram 2018, which is, we all know Instagram 2018, like, do not use my Instagram 2018 calendar because it's not going to work. So I need to take that off my website. But businesses change. And so, yes, you probably will have lead magnets that no longer are applicable, but then the key is to, like, you know, get rid of them. And so, yeah, I understand if you have a lot that you've created, but yeah, honing it in. And that's something else I kind of wanted to talk to you about, like, how, what's your system for figuring this out? Because I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, well, I want to do a quarterly assessment. Like, I like to think, okay, I can assess this quarterly, but realistic as a mom, and I'm soon to be a mom of two, my like real life now looks like I am assessing all my first I assess my services, like my offers, like what are the money makers, and also I hate like I feel woo-woo-y for saying this sentence, but like what lights me up and brings me joy, and is it like, but really, like, what offers do I offer that are in alignment with what I want to do, what I'm passionate about, and also will generate income for me and my family. And so I have been really assessed. I was just texting another biz bestie right now, like literally right before this call. And I was saying, I feel like this year, like I am being stripped down, not literally stripped down, but stripped down to the bare bones of my business. And I am being forced, not by anyone, just like, well, I am in a mastermind and my leaders are encouraging me, like, really look at your business. Like, what do you want to offer? You don't need to be the Cheesecake Factory of businesses. Like, they didn't say those exact words to me, but I was like, I feel this phrase being like, maybe this is directed to me. I don't know. I don't think it was, but I took it to heart. And so now I'm like really stripped. Like, this year has been refinement, getting more polished, knowing who I'm talking to. And so I've like taken like 6 different services, and now I'm just down to 2, like literally branding, photography, and systems and workflow education for creatives. And that has been terrifying. And so in this refining process, it's also forcing me to look at my lead magnets. So I'm like stripping away like what is essential, what is non-essential. And I have some really valuable things, I believe, that I offer for free, and I could totally sell them, but I'm like, no, I want people to win all the time. So for me right now in life, it has been like being mindful at the top, either starting this process at the top of the year, if you want to be super organized for the next year, or like me, I started this process in the middle of the year. So mine was like around June or July. And so I've been like slowly refining and like stripping away a lot of things. And whew, it's a lot. It's terrifying, but it's encouraging too, because I'm like, I feel like I'm getting my stride because I know who I want to talk to. I know who I want to engage with. I know who I want to serve. And it's exciting and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I hear you saying is, when you're looking at all the free offers you have, or when you're looking at creating, 1, know your audience. If they're a new business owner, you're creating something for new business owners. So you don't need to go into the weeds. And I think that's really valuable. Like, I sometimes feel like I am just talking ad nauseum about SEO, and like everybody knows everything at this point about what I've said because I've said it a million times, or it's just so easy. It's such a, in my mind, it's such an easy thing that I'm like, I feel like I need to go way deeper. I don't, I need to give the basics. And sometimes I need to give those basics multiple times to get people to actually take that action. So know your audience. If you're working with a new entrepreneur, then speak to a new entrepreneur, for example. And then 2, what lights you up? What do you enjoy doing? That's kind of what I'm hearing you say.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. And it's also like for me, where I was talking to you earlier about this, just like I want to be in alignment also with my family and their goals. And so I want to make sure that everything I'm doing within my business, like it has a positive ripple effect for my husband, for my sons, and not be like, I don't know, just hopefully that makes sense. Like, I have like literally stripped down so much of my business this year. It's been a very agonizing process, but an amazing process at the same time. And I have more clarity, but I'm still in the trenches, I feel like, as I'm talking right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we kind of figure out like how you decide what magnets are relevant. Just out of curiosity, like maybe what's your goal? Like how many opt-ins, like let's say we're talking about your toolbox freebies page, which I'll link Dolly's below as well as mine, just to give you an idea of kind of what we're talking about when you have like a opt-in page, what that looks like. But like, how many do you want to have on there? How many opt-ins?
Okay, so I ideally want to get down to 3 per service, which essentially means 6. Okay, 3 for my branding photography services, and then 3 for my systems and workflow education services, which really kills me on the inside. I'm just like, oh, there's so much I want to share and help people learn and understand. But like you were saying, like, that's why I have my podcast. I can share information on my podcast, and then I can just repurpose those lead magnets over and over again in an ad. And then I can reassess it at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year and see, like, I love data collection as well. So I will like look at the data of it, of Google Analytics, and see like what's working, what's not working, and if I need to revamp it or create a new one, which I'm like, oh, I can create a new one. I'll give myself permission then. But my goal is 3 for each
Yeah.
service right now.
Okay. Yeah. And I will say that still is quite a few.
I
So,
know.
and this is coming from someone who has a billion. So, if you're on the other side of things and you hate creating lead magnets, create one. Just
Yeah.
one that is value packed, gives somebody an instant win, and you can put that multiple times throughout the site. You can put that as a pop-up which you want, which I will say at this point, pop-ups, it's up to you if you want to use them. Some people think they're really annoying. I would say we know in our subconscious that there's going to be a little X button in the upper right hand corner. So like if you find them annoying, don't have them. If you don't find them annoying, but you're worried about people finding them annoying, just know that people know that they can easily X out. So pop up, and maybe in your header or your footer. But you can have the same freebie multiple times throughout your website. That's okay. Every single website page should have a call to action, whether that's a free offer or going to your contact page or whatever it is. So just that's something to check to make sure that every single page has that. And yeah, that's just a couple little tips. So
yeah, and I also was going to share this. I also have discovered in the past when I've been creating lead magnets, I utilize Canva a lot for these lead magnets for like images, optimization, whatever. And I wasn't organizing it at all. There was no set system for organizing. I would just create it and it would get lost in the shuffle in my folder because I didn't organize the folders. And I just started doing this again like this year. I started organizing, creating a system for myself. And so I would encourage you, if you are brand new at creating like images within Canva for your lead magnets, like organize it, have a set system, like create a folder in Canva called lead magnets or opt-ins or freebies. And then within that, categorize like the images for what freebie they're for. So that way, if you want to advertise it on Instagram or Instagram stories with a call to action to subscribe to get that, then that way you can just open up Canva on your phone, download the image, and then upload it to Instagram. Like you don't have to search and scour your folders. Like there is a definite system for yourself.
That's a word. That's a good system that I probably definitely should implement. It's another reason being like, at this point, I've created so many free resources. I don't even remember what free resources I have. And so if I had a folder, if I'm like, I don't know what to post on Instagram today, I can go to that folder and see, okay, how could I promote one of these, whatever it is. So that is a really good idea. Do you know if you have to have Canva Pro in order to make folders? You know?
Actually, I don't know the answer to that question. I have Canva, the pro account, and to be honest, like it's totally worth it for me. It's like $10 a month or between $10 to $12 a month. Don't quote me on it, but it's totally worth it. And that way you can organize everything. You can organize your offers, not only your opt-ins, but your offers, your services by folders, and keep relevant images in each of those folders so you can easily pull them up when like you need to, I don't know, create a story or an Instagram reel or whatever for your next promotion.
Yeah. Canva is a wonderful resource. I, even as a website designer, especially with like Squarespace, show it, you can really do a lot when it comes to design, but Squarespace is a little bit more limited. And so I will use Canva creating backgrounds on Canva and things like that. So yeah, it's a great resource. Definitely suggest. So I kind of want to pivot really quickly into something you're offering in 2023, the Systems and Workflow Magic Bundle. Will you just kind of go into what that is?
Yeah, definitely. So I led the first bundle in early 2022 of this year, and this will be my second time leading it. And it is the 2.0 version, and it's called the Funnel Bundle. And so the goal of this bundle is to educate other creative business owners about the different parts of a funnel. So there are contributors who are literally experts about top of the funnel education, middle of the funnel education, and bottom of the funnel education.
And really quick, can you explain? A lot of people don't know what that means. That top of funnel. What is a top of funnel?
Yeah, so top of funnel for me, I look at it as what marketing tools are you bringing in to lead others to your services and to lead to your lead magnet, which is middle of the funnel. I know I'm like getting into the weeds right now, and then the bottom of the funnel to like lead to your services. So you're like, think of a funnel as like an upside down triangle, and you're just like trying to get the cold traffic to come in and become warm, and it gets like narrower and narrower and narrower. And there are different parts of this upside down triangle, this funnel. And so it can be very overwhelming for creative business owners, especially to understand all the moving parts, because there are many different moving parts. And there's the marketing aspect, there's the systems aspect, there is the client relationship management tool aspect, there is the automation, and there are so many different facets. And so instead of figuring it out on your own, frantically like Googling everything, I wanted to create a like one-stop shop, I guess, bundle for everyone and give them an opportunity to learn about the different pieces. And keep in mind, like, there is not an end all be all, like one funnel, like one roadmap. Like, funnels are very multifaceted. So I just wanted this to serve as an opportunity for other creative business owners to learn about the different puzzle pieces and like just learn. And it like they don't have to memorize everything, but just like what do they want to implement for 2023? And so that way they have a strategy for like a middle of the funnel strategy, and then they can start working on other parts of their funnel. So I'm really excited. There's over 30 different contributors this year, and last year's bundle was absolutely free because I was like, this is brand new. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to do something to serve other people. Thus, like, I love giving free information to everyone. This year the bundle is, I don't even know how, I haven't collected all the data yet from all the contributors how much it's worth, but it's worth a lot. So yeah. Total, it's going to be $97 to obtain everything, thousands of dollars worth of products, and I'm really, really excited. And you're a top of the funnel expert, so I'll let you share a little bit about your product with, like, if you want to tease it out.
Yeah, so explaining that top of the funnel, what she means by like that catch-all, one of those things is SEO, search engine optimization, which I talk about so much on this channel. But so people just Googling, whatever it is, branding photographer in Nashville, and finding you. So that would be a top of the funnel. Maybe they don't really know you. You haven't developed a relationship yet, but they're just finding you. That's top of the funnel. So I have a Squarespace SEO course, and it's a little bit stripped back what I'm offering in the bundle, but it still is. I mean, it's the original course I created. It's like 6 modules. I mean, it's very much in depth, and it can get you ranking on page 1 of Google for sure. As you know, SEO is not an immediate thing. It's not an immediate dopamine kick like Instagram, but it is really effective, and it's put me in a place in my business where I don't need to market really in any other way. I can just do my SEO stuff and people find me on Google. So mine is Squarespace specific. I have a great friend named Sarah who I know is in it as well, and her to show it specific. So there's what's great about this bundle is that if you tried to do everything, you would be so incredibly overwhelmed. But
it would cost a lot of money to buy individually.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is like a steal of a deal, but you just can pick where you're at. And that's what I say, like, pick where you're at, whether that's I need to do SEO and then implement. And then a month later, pick the next thing and implement. And that's where you're going to see an incredible benefit from the bundle.
And it comes out the first week of February of 2023. And so I will have I'll make sure to send over the link and everything, but I just am so excited about this bundle, and I'm so excited mostly to showcase all the contributors like you to everyone. And yeah, just like make sure like other creative business owners know, like, they don't have to be so afraid of the systems and workflow side of funnels. Like, it can be fun. Like, it can be a different puzzle piece and strategy for their creative business. And yeah, it's just fun. It's so much fun for me to educate others.
Yeah. Do you have a wait list page that people can like put their thing in?
I do. Yes.
I'll get that link. I'll put it right below this video so that you can just get on her wait list so that when this bundle comes out, you will be notified. If you're on my email list, you'll also be notified. But if you want to be on that wait list, you can get on the link.
Get on all the wait lists, everyone. Get on Rebecca's wait list and then get on mine. Just get notified by yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This was great. It was so helpful to learn a little bit more about the system of freebies and all that stuff. And obviously there's so much more to this. And so I highly suggest Dolly's podcast if you want to know more about systems in your business.
Thank you so much. And it was an honor being here. And I'm so glad that we've kept in touch since our mastermind. It's been fun watching your business grow.
Awesome. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.